Hello, my brother knights. This presentation is going to be about the things that we can do, these great things that we're going to do the second half of our fraternal year. And it starts off with recognizing our wins. And recognition is going to be a huge part of this message. We have councils that have done well the first half of the year. We have districts that have performed well. Our e-membership program is doing very well. We need to really actively push that. And this marks the first anniversary of using the online or using the new exemplification of charity, unity, and fraternity of our order. And it's being done right now across the state in person. It's available on demand and statewide via virtual exemplifications. So councils that are doing really well, I want to briefly focus on them. We have the highlighted councils here on your screen have achieved double-digit membership growth, in the first half of the year and during all of the limitations of this pandemic. And they need to be recognized because they have built basically a culture of inviting men to join. They have a culture within their parishes where knights are engaged and visible. And they've been using one-on-one invitations, team membership engagement. They have the support of their parishes and pastors. They've gone back and looked to reinstate brother knights and reinvite inactive and suspended knights back to the order. And because our new growth goals are achievable, they've been lowered from 7% to 5% of our membership. These councils that needed to get 35 new knights in the past need now only to get 20. So we're going to see these large councils, maybe a few of them, actually achieve double star, where that would have been just the threshold of achieving star a year ago. We have districts that are doing fantastic, that are well on track to be star districts and possibly even double star districts. The ones that are highlighted, I would say, are very close or on track to achieve that double star status. And I encourage those leaders, those district deputies, to keep working actively with their councils so that they finish the second half of the year as strong as they finished the first half. And so congratulations to you and your councils. Fantastic job. E-membership, we've done very well in Michigan, even since the e-membership program was rolled out, probably going on 4 years ago. So this year, our goal is 599 new brother knights brought in through e-membership. It's a great tool, and we've been using it well. And so far, we've brought in 337 e-members year to date. Now, e-membership, in my opinion, and a lot of these successful district deputies and councils' opinion, is a best practice membership growth method. In using e-membership, it eliminates some of that follow-up where you have a prospect card and you have to call these prospects, invite them to, a membership night where you're going to talk about the benefits of the order. These men are knights now and are getting information from Supreme, and will be getting information from our council as they transfer in. Their membership benefits start right away. And that's really important for first responders and active military. If there was, forbid, a loss of their life as a knight in those roles, those service roles, there are benefit programs that their families can take advantage of. So that on day one benefit for those men are very important. E-membership is a social distance and COVID safe method of bringing men to your council. I highly recommend it. It's a program that can be promoted virtually via emails, council Facebook pages, websites, phone calls to your friends and family. Converting e-members is a great thing for your council too. every e-member that comes into your council is a +1 to your membership goal. And right now, we have 230 e-members waiting to be invited into our councils as of December 1st. Exemplification. I want to wish you all a happy anniversary. It's our first year anniversary of using this new charity, unity, and fraternity exemplification. I thank all the councils that have exemplification teams and are actively using that approach in their council chambers and in their parish after masses. I want to thank councils that are using the other tools, the on-demand tools, the virtual exemplifications. Those are very useful tools and really fit well within this pandemic time that we're all trapped in. And it also offers flexibility to your members, your new members, so that they can join when they're available, not when limited to the scheduled exemplification. So I have some questions, or probably specifically one question, but there's an S there. Does your membership have, do they know your exemplification dates? And do you have dates out through the next 6 months? Are you scheduling in person? Are you scheduling on demand through the Supreme website? Are you using the state virtual exempts at the end of every month, last Wednesday, last Sunday, both at 7 p.m.? And you can get more information about those on our state website. If you have any questions, you can contact me as well. But I want to congratulate all the councils that have embraced this new exemplification and are actively using it. Thank you very much. Moving our councils and all of our activities from can't to can do. We have to, as leaders, bring a positive message and talk to our councils about building relationships, about how they're running their meetings, if they're meeting at all, and get them to a point where they're meeting. Get them to a point where they're running good programs, even safe, COVID safe programs where they can do something that's serving their community. Are they recognizing their council? Are they recognizing their members? That can be done. Membership and retention teams are all things that we can do. These outreach programs are things that can be done easily over the phone. And through this planning of our next 6 months, we need to also make sure that we follow through and use the relationships and the teams that we've built in the first half of the year so that we finish strong the second half of the year. If you haven't built your teams, now is the time to get started. So we're changing our focus to can-do activities, and let's plan these activities so that we can follow through to success. So building relationships. Have we all used the lockdown effectively? Have we communicated and built relationships with our pastors, our priests, our chaplains? Have we promoted wellness calls and participated in those calls to membership, parishioners, and charities? Do we know what our charities need? Beyond money, can we offer volunteer hours to them? Have DDs and diocesan directors built relationships with the councils they serve? Do we know our Catholic community's needs, our council's needs, so that we can take action and address those needs? So if we haven't, my question is, what are we waiting for? We can start these activities now, and I encourage us to do just that. We can do meetings. Now, a lot of councils say we can't meet. Father's not letting us meet. But there are a lot of ways that we can find to meet. And if a council isn't meeting, then it's not really relevant to their Catholic community. They're not serving the community. They're not planning activities. They're not even serving their membership well by not meeting. So let's encourage them, show them how, offer to host the meetings. As leaders, district deputies, directors, and even state officers, I think we're all willing to get councils moving, show them how to use the virtual tools of Zoom and GoToMeeting and those things to have a successful meeting. Get them set up with a conference call type meeting where they can just dial in. You won't see each other, but you can still communicate. We can always meet outside. That's not limited, but it's a bit difficult this time of year. There are some hardy folks here in Michigan, and so maybe sitting in a lawn chair in a snowdrift is the way to go, but I encourage meeting however you all decide to do it. Ask Father if the worship space can be used after church on a Sunday or a Saturday evening. It might not be your normal meeting schedule, but that may be the safest place to meet, and getting anything going where you can plan and get together and address the needs of your Catholic community is what we need to do. So if you need help getting meetings started at your council, please reach out to your directors, your state officers, and I'm speaking to you as the DDs, but we're here to help you get this done. We can't leave councils in the dark and out in the cold. So other can-do programs, COVID-19 has really limited our programs, but other programs have come into play and have been very successful. So instead of donut Sundays, think of a donut dash. These are, get some pre-packaged donuts, package them yourselves, maybe put a prospect card or some sort of membership information and hand them out outside of church. As people leave, they can grab a donut. You can thank them. You can engage them in a membership conversation. You can do it with gloves and masks. This is a COVID-19 safe type thing. Turn your meal programs into carry-out or take-out programs so that you can raise some charity funds. If your priest supports that, there are a lot of councils that have been very successful with take-out meal programs. Wellness checks, porch visits, phone calls to our membership. Those are all things that we can do and could be doing this whole year. And I hope if you're not, that you get your councils engaged in that. Rosary prayer events. There's been a lot of successful outside, inside, before and after Mass, and even virtual rosaries done throughout our state. I encourage you guys to take this program on. I encourage you to also schedule a life chain event that you can invite your Catholic community to participate in. Typically, these are outside, where they're visible by the community, where we can hold up pro-life signs, pray the rosary. They could be around a memorial for the unborn. These are great events, and January is definitely a pro-life month. Great program, and a great visible, inclusive program for your Catholic community. Use the Into the Breach faith study via a virtual method. These are all videos online. They can be done safely. I highly recommend that. And involve your Catholic community as a membership outreach tool using those videos. Drive-through programs where you ask parishioners to drive into the parking lot, drop off their returnable cans that you can use for your charities and for seminarians. Also, use the same technique for food drives. You can have parishioners or a community come on a scheduled date, drop off canned foods for your local food bank. Always involve your Catholic community and always share Blessed Father McGivney's vision with them. So recognition and good of the order. It is something that we all should do every day, every year, all the time. Night of the month, family of the month, make sure we're doing all the forms along with that, and involve your entire Catholic community into that family of the month program. Everybody we go to church with, those families are eligible. It's not just for nights, and it's great outreach. Advertise these good things that's going on in your council through your monthly newsletters and through the parish bulletins. Effective use of recognition will draw new members to our councils. Membership and retention teams. Here's a question. Who's responsible for council membership growth? It's not the membership director. It's really all of us. Each and every member of the council should be responsible for inviting men to join your council. So build these recruiting teams. I said it again, probably should call them ambassador teams to invite men. But these are council officers, directors, active members in your council. Your pastor, never forget your pastor. He could be a great tool to recruiting, to inviting men. Also, other great members and tools to add to your team are the agents. District deputies should be on that team. That's a given. Diocesan directors. Also, work on your message. What's your why? Why did you join? What did you get from joining? What does your council have to offer? And then in response to retaining our brothers, who's responsible for that? Well, again, we're all really responsible for getting our members engaged. We're all responsible for retention, because retention does start the first day a knight is brought into your council. And we can do these through proactive things like wellness checks, calling them on birthdays, calling them on their membership anniversary. Get to know these men, and retention won't be a problem with them. And don't leave your strongest players on the bench. Get your pastor and field agent involved in recruiting. Excuse me. So we all can do these planning and follow through activities. We need to make sure we have a good plan for the second half. If your council doesn't, get them started now. We need to use these relationships that we've built. And if we haven't built them, let's include building these relationships in the second half. We need to plan. We need to plan and use these relationships to strengthen our council's membership and have a schedule for the next 6 months. So we need to have scheduled programs, membership, exemplifications, and recognition. Use all of these things that we've built up during the first half of the year and follow through with our plan. And if we don't have a plan, let's make one. We need to make a game plan. We need to follow that game plan, and don't leave your best players on the bench. So let's make it a great new year. Thanks for your leadership. Thanks for your hands-on efforts. Thank you for building relationships. Thank you for bringing Father McGivney's vision to your Catholic communities. God bless you and keep you healthy this new year. Viva Jesus.